Testing, testing. It's good, everyone. Got the Rockets game happening. A little bit behind the scoreboard, but I think it'll be all good. Rockets Heat as the Rockets try to continue their 8-game win streak, and the Heat try to break their losing win streak. Fred from 3 hits. So 7-5. I'm so behind on the stream, so you guys are going to have to sit through that. I'll try not to look at it, but just figure we'd do a quick little live stream here. Try to get it set up. And then drives baseline, kicks back out to Green. Green working. Step back, Green. Looked like a 2. Misses anyway. 7-5 still, so I'm a little behind the scoreboard. Bam with a nice move, gets stolen. Picked up by Thompson. Brooks thought about it. Brooks is nice. Brooks scores 9-5. Brooks is nice, man. Brooks gets a crazy rebound. He's trying to lob it or something. Goes up. Nice. Brooks again, 2 points. Now we're at 11-5. Welcome in, guys. Feel free to talk about anything. Just setting up some live streaming, watching the Rockets game. We might kill them. This might be a shorter stream. Green pulls up. Misses. Rebounds Şengün. To Thompson. Blocked. Blocked. Fouled somebody. Fouled Bam. Brooks with the foul. Wiggins misses from 3. Brooks to Şengün, who misses. Tyler Hero's looking nice. I like the way Tyler Hero plays. Now that Jimmy's not there, he's got control of the offense pretty much. I mean, he can't replace Jimmy, but I mean, better than most. Stolen. Green's got it. Driving. Okay, pass it out. Pass it out. Goes for it. Somehow gets the rebound. To Fred. Şengün working in the post. And one misses. Not bad. And commercial. So behind the scoreboard, that's so annoying. low-key behind the scoreboard, so I'll try not to look at it because I'll get spoiled. But yeah, I'm still on commercial break. Good start. I mean, sloppy basketball all the way around. Yeah, so I'm still on commercial right now. But I'm not too far behind. I'm like a minute behind trying to get this all set up. Feel free to chat in the chat too, guys. Really talk about anything, Rockets, Texans, anything y'all want to talk about. I'm down. Just wanted to watch this Rockets game, see if we can't extend this winning streak. Thompson's back after he rolled his ankle, I believe, in like garbage time minutes. I know he was trying to chase a triple-double, rolls his ankle in garbage time minutes. So, but yeah, Rockets and Heat playing right now, just started. 11-7, and yeah, just gonna check out the game, see if we can't continue this winning streak. I need like a lagged scoring board I can use. I don't think I have one. All right, Şengün's been struggling from the line. Yeah, misses the first. I guess I know he misses both. I'll try not to look at that. Şengün. I think he needs to fix his like wind up. Like I think he just gets in his own head. Hero to Adebayo. Nice lay. This is a tough lay. Oh, it's Wiggins, not Adebayo. My bad. I always forget Wiggins got sent to the Heat in the Jimmy trade. Eason pulls up. He can't shoot. Misses. Oh my gosh. Off Hero. Stays Rockets ball. Bounces off Tyler Hero's back. Announcers are talking about how the Rockets are number one at offensive rebounding, which is huge, I think, for the way they play. Because they don't generate a lot of offense. Kickball off of someone. Hero. Steven Adams subs in as well. Green pulls up, nails it. Yeah, so I still have 13-9 right now. Hero almost lost it. Throws to Adebayo. Airball. Eason with the rebound gives it to Fred. You know what? This live thing is going to annoy me being so far ahead. Just cover this up a bit. There we go. The score will be ahead. That's fine. And one. So yeah, and one. So I got 13-11. And I'm missing 2 points. Adams in. We go big. Welcome in, guys. Feel free to chat about anything. I'm just watching the Rockets game right now. Might do more Rockets content. I'm not 100% sure. But I've been keeping up with the Rockets. They're not like my bread and butter like the Texans definitely are. But, I mean, they're playing well. Good group of young guys we got. Misses the free throw. Green takes it. 13-11. Green dribbles. They call a blocking foul on Brooks. He's got 2 already. Wow, that's our first turnover. He'd already have 5 turnovers. That's insane. I don't know. They're just kind of dysfunctional right now. That's insane. Hero's got it. He's pretty shifty. Jeez. And yeah, 13-13, tied up. Oh my gosh, that's so far ahead. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this just because of how far ahead it is. Sorry, guys. All right, might be a little too zoomed in now. Sorry about this, guys. Got technical difficulties. You know what? Let's go back for a second. I always feel like the Rockets are the prime team to drop games like this. Like, they play down to their opponents. They don't always maintain the same consistency. When they're playing bad teams, they'll play worse. They have a hard time. Wow. Turnover by Robinson. Eason misses a layup, bro. Eason misses too many easy looks. Like, I love the dude. I love how he plays on defense. He gets a lot of minutes for a guy who can't really hit threes and misses open looks as some dude just nails a triple. Where? So 13-6 right now. Rockets losing. Fred tries to answer. Adams. Oh my goodness. Adams. Dunks it back. 15-16. Hero playing pick and roll. Keeps it. Ooh, he's shifty. Throws up a tough layup. Misses. Adams with the rebound. Fred gets it. Pushes. Van Fleet. He was at a Texans game I went to. Fred's low-key a cool dude, I feel like. I mean, I've never talked to him, but Green's off, misses a three, and you're down by one. You are down by one. 3 minutes left in the first. Throws it to Hero. Or no, Robinson. My bad on that. My bad on that one. All right, down by 3. Let's go. Adams with the screen. For Fred. Fred still has it. Throws to Eason. Puts up a 3. Finally, there we go. My bad, Eason. My bad. 18-18. Bro, I did not look up the Heat roster. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who these dudes are. I know like Adebayo, Hero, and Robinson. That's about it. I don't really keep up with... Ooh, that was tough. With basketball like that. I need to start keeping up with it, though. I'm not going to lie. Not gonna lie. All right, down by 2. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Fred setting it up. Adams with the screen. Fred draws a triple team. Adams doesn't get the and one. He'll go to the line. Be surprised if he makes both, honestly. Be surprised if he makes both and someone calls a timeout. That's what I mean, though. Like, this is the type of game the Rockets lose. Like, I'm not trying to jinx it. Also, where's Jabari been? Does Eason start over Jabari? I don't know about that either. Heat up by 2. It's on commercial break for me, so we'll turn it down. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like Eason starting over Jabari, unless I just missed something when I was trying to set up this stream. Yeah, like I was saying, this is like the prime game for the Rockets to drop. I just feel like on the road, coming off an 8-win streak, play down to your opponent, a dysfunctional team that's lost 5 straight, I think. You play down, it's close, and like in the fourth quarter, they rally, their lead gets cut into, and ultimately the Heat win. Like, I feel like that's this type of game, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'm just tripping. But yeah, you never know. All right, let me try to fix this. My main camera's bugging. This is not my original setup, so I'm kind of having to make do. So sorry if it's it can be a little blurry at times, but not my main camera, so sorry about that, guys. Doing the Rockets and Heat game reaction and live stream. Appreciate everyone who's stopping by. We can talk about Texans, talk about the draft, talk about the Rockets, really anything Houston. Just kind of bored, wanted to figure out how this live streaming stuff works. Definitely be live streaming football content in the future as well, so kind of just setting this up for that. But yeah, like I said, Rockets off to a slow start, kind of getting, like I said, they just play down to their opponents too much. If it's a bad team, they'll play bad. If it's a good team, they'll play good. Kind of just, you'd hope they'd be more stable with like how good their defense is. It's just the offense really tends to lag. Like in the fourth quarter, offense tends to lag so much. At least from the games I've watched, which like I'll admit I haven't been keeping up with the Rockets like, early on in the season. I have been lately, but I don't know. Like I actually watched the Sixers game. Was it the Sixers? Yeah, it was the Sixers when Quentin Grimes dropped like 50. That was a crazy win. Ended up like going into overtime. I watched that game. That was clutch. That was like the best game to watch. And I started watching. They were down 25. I was like, should I even watch this? Stuck with it. Ended up winning that. That was crazy. So, like, you never really know in basketball. I mean, you never really know. Like, I feel like football, you just know when a team's gonna get smacked. Basketball, depending on the team, like, just depends really. Especially when you got a good coach like the Heat have and a good coach like the Rockets have. Could be some fun matchups. Watch the coaches like make adjustments and stuff. All right, Adams is at the line right now.
Steven Adams to the free throw stripe with 2:04 left here in the first quarter, and the Heat ahead by 2. While we have a moment, the message from Morgan and Morgan.
Dude, Adams has to figure out his shooting, man. I'm gonna be real. Adams has to figure out his shooting. His free throw shooting. I'm not asking him to hit jumpers, just your free throws, bro. Free throws are ridiculously bad. Misses both, dude. He's shooting like 20% from the line. Still 18-20. Robinson thought about it, passes out. Kevin Love's still on the Heat? Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Shout out Kevin Love, bro. Bam, nails a jumper. Şengün back in. It kind of surprises me that Adam gets, big minutes this early in. They're not big, but you know what I mean. I mean, he's in for like 5-6 minutes right there. Good move. Good move by Thompson. Welcome back. Welcome back, Thompson. Do you think we will get one of these vet receivers on the market like Allen, Diggs, Cooper, Cooks, or Lockett? I don't think so, Brian. I don't think we're going to get a veteran receiver. I think they're kind of set with the receivers that they have. I do think they'll draft one in the first or second round. Obviously, goes without saying. But I don't know. I don't think they will. I don't really want them to overpay for Diggs. So, yeah, and I think Amari Cooper's a little washed. So I don't really love the receivers that are in the market right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they will, and I don't really want them to. All right, 2024. Rockets are down by 4. Not the best start. Got an 8-game win streak. Thompson throws it, almost goes out of bounds. Saved by Şengün. Gives it to Eason. Eason doubled. Yeah, air ball. That was rough. There's a lot of possessions like that just go away, man. A lot of possessions that the Rockets just cough up. You can still see this. It's really looking like, honestly, Tyler Booker in the first round. Like, if I had to put money on who the Texans draft first round, it'd be Tyler Booker. I'm not saying that's the right choice, but damn, 27-20. Someone just hit a 3. Highsmith. Down by 7 in the first, man. Thompson's got it. Let's do last possession. Adams comes in. The screen. Thompson off balance. Foul. And 1. Ooh. Ooh. Bro, they miss Thompson a lot. Thompson and 1. He made it, right? Or is it on the floor? I can't hear. No, that's and 1 for sure. Right? It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be. I'm tripping. 22-27. Thompson at the line. But yeah, what was I saying? Tyler Booker probably, to me, feels like who they'll draft at 25. Not saying it's the right choice. Like, if you told me you could trade back and draft Gray Zabel instead, trade back and get a pick, that's fine with me too. All right, last chance effort missed, and we go into the second quarter, 23-27. Rockets down by 4. Rockets down by 4. Appreciate your comment though, Brian. Shout out you, man. All right, I'll be right back. Let me use the restroom. All right, we're back. Brian says, I like what we did for our tackles. A lot of competition. I hear you, bro. Like, I totally agree. When the report came out that they were going to, place Titus Howard at left tackle, my first thought was that might not go well. Like, and there's a lot of Texans fans that really like Titus Howard. And I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of don't. Like, just bottom line, you don't want Titus Howard to be your left tackle with no competition. It's just not. It's not a recipe for success. He wasn't a great right tackle, so you can make the argument like, yeah, he played pretty well when he had to fill in at left tackle, but I don't know. The reality is he couldn't cut it at right tackle. They had to move him into guard. So I agree with you. A lot of competition. You've got Cam Robinson, who they're paying like a starting left tackle, ex-Vikings player and ex-Jags player. He's been a little underwhelming, was a little expensive. You had to reach on him a little bit in free agency, but that's what happens when you trade away your franchise left tackle, right? You're going to have to reach. You're going to try to make things work. I really like the signing Trent Brown from the Patriots. I like him. He's coming off a patella tear, so don't know what he's going to look like exactly. There might be a little bit of a decline, but I totally agree with you, man. I like that they've got 3 dudes that they could play at left tackle right now, if you include Titus Howard. 4 if you include Blake Fisher, but don't know if we want to do that. So yeah, that's why I think it's going to be a guard. I think it'll be Tyler Booker, 25 overall, or they'll trade up. They might use a 3rd round pick, which I wouldn't love. But yeah, if they get Tyler Booker at 25, you'd hope the line is figured out for sure. Jabari nails a 3. That's what I'm saying. Jabari needs to play more than Eason, right? Like, Jabari needs to play more than Eason because he's been hitting lately. Jabari's been on, man. 26-27 on the Rockets game. Trying to work something through Bam. Goes to Love. Goes to Robinson. Back to Love. Goes to Highsmith in the corner. Dribbles around. Misses the floater. Bam misses the floater. Eason passes to Fred, and we get into a set. Şengün sends a pick. Fred back to Jabari up top. Jabari trying to get to work. Almost gets stolen. Eason gets around. And Eason's fouled hard. Eason is fouled hard. So anyway, talking about who they pick, though, like, Tyler Booker, to me, would be fine at 25. It's not the flashiest pick. And, last time they picked a guard was Kenyon Green. We know how that ultimately worked out. Ultimately worked out pretty well if you include the C.J. Gardner-Johnson trade. But, yeah, I don't feel great about taking a guard at 25. He also tested pretty badly at the combine. But, what are you gonna do? You need a line help. Eason gets fouled and is sent to the line. So the left guards would be, you have Jarrett Patterson playing center, you have Juice Scruggs at right guard, and then you've got no one at left guard right now. Unless you want to talk about like, no, you really have no one at left guard. Unless, of course, they're thinking about playing Titus at left guard and Cam Robinson at left tackle. That's probably what it'll amount to. Because Cam Robinson's making like $14 million this year. So, I mean, if they paid Cam Robinson $14 million just for Titus Howard to beat him out, that's a lot of money for a second string tackle. All right, someone just hit a three. It's 28-30 on the Rockets game. I should have done my research. I need like the roster. Give me the roster. Okay, Highsmith. Şengün up top, working. Post move. That looks like a goaltend, and I think it was. Yeah, goaltend on. Bam. Brandon asks, Trent Brown / Lakin Tomlinson, Scruggs, Ed Ingram, Fisher, final line. Hold on, let me think about this. I low-key forgot about Ed Ingram. Yeah, my bad on that. Trent Brown and Lakin Tomlinson. Trent Brown. Yeah, that's a solid line. My question would be Cam Robinson then. Where does he fit into it? Because you're paying Cam Robinson $14 million a year, so you hope he starts at left tackle. But for preseason games, got you. Yeah, I like that. Make them battle it out, man. That's the thing. Like, you got to have bodies in the room. Like, no disrespect to anyone in that room, no one has earned their spot. Like, even Jarrett Patterson at center, even Juice Scruggs, at right guard. Like, no one's earned their spot right now. Everyone should be competing, and everyone should be fighting for a spot, for a chance to play on the Texans offensive line. Fred hit a three, 33-33 on the Rockets game. Who the hell is that? Okay, that almost went in. Mitchell. That almost went in. Smith again from the corner. Misses, though. Rebound Heat. What do you have, Rockets? Okay, so yeah, I got all this stuff back here. The problem is the thing I'm watching is delayed. So, like, it's kind of a spoiler, if that's what you're asking. It's just the ESPN, like, live game play-by-play. But I'm behind on it, so, like, I don't know. If you're watching the game, you can, like, hear me react to it. It'll just be late a little bit. It might be annoying. I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm so delayed, so. But yeah, it's just the ESPN play-by-play in the background. But I was nice. Another offensive rebound. Şengün throws it down. Nice. 35-33. Timeout. Heat. So, yeah. But as I was saying earlier about the Rockets game, like, doesn't this feel like a game the Rockets will, like, and I'm not trying to set this into motion, but it feels like a game they'll drop. And I hope they don't. But, they've won 8 straight. Playing really well. Went 6 for 6 on the homestand run. So you like to see that. But just really hope they can finish and really put away this bad Miami team without Jimmy Butler. Yeah, if y'all want to talk Texans, feel free to. Because that's really kind of what I've been, the purpose of the stream. Interact with y'all and figure it out from my side of things. Oh, man. What time is it? 7:46. Yeah, so it's on commercial right now. Between Lakin, Tomlinson, and Ed Ingram, could really go either way. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could honestly make the argument that the Texans are extremely flexible right now in the draft, which I know sounds crazy to say. Like, they don't need to draft defense at all in the first round or the second, really. Like, you don't need to see a defensive pick until the third round, maybe, on offense, I mean, you do have a lot of competition on the offensive line. Now, you know, you don't know how great those players are, but needless to say, that whoever starts is going to beat out someone, right? Then in terms of wide receivers, like Christian Kirk might be getting slept on at this point. His last season broke his collarbone, which is a freak injury. Didn't really, wasn't really able to get back into the mix of things because of that injury. Christian Kirk can be a wide receiver too. I mean, he had that one season, what was it, like 2021? It's like the year right after he got that big contract. And he put up like, 1,000 yards? And Jags fans were like, see, we didn't overpay him, like, told you, like, and that was it. But now that he's on the Texans, I'm like, come on, man, you're good. You're a wide receiver too. You're a wide receiver too. But I say all that to say, it's not like they're forced to take an offensive lineman in the first round, or they're forced to take a wide receiver. Those would be my two preferred positions. But I mean, as long as they draft offense, like, I don't know, you could live with it. All right, back to the game. 2-point game. It's pretty competitive. Highsmith misses a 3. Nice. Fred laces a 3. Good stuff. All right, we need to go on a run here. 38-33 Rockets. To Jabari at the top. Works down, dribbles. Gets fouled. It looked like he lucky flopped on that. I don't know if that was a legit foul, but we'll take it. We'll take it. I forget the Heat's coach's name. He's been their coach for forever. It's like Spoelstra, right? What is his name? Something Spoelstra. All right, Jabari's got free throws coming up, which is clutch. What is the name? Eric Spoelstra. That's right, Eric. I wanted to say Isaac. Damn, Jabari misses too. Jabari misses the first free throw. So still 38-33. Still 38-33. Rockets are 3 for 8 from the line. That's what I'm saying. I feel like and he misses both. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm talking about. Make your free throws. 3 for 9 from the line. Jabari misses both. Steven Adams misses both. Alperen Şengün misses both. So you're 3 for 9. What are we doing, man? Can't. Oh, late foul called. Late foul called on Şengün. On Andrew Wiggins. So Andrew Wiggins will go to the line now. That'll kill you, man. The Heat have only taken 1 free throw, I think. So you give up free throws like that, I mean, could come back to haunt you. They missed 6. They're winning by 5 right now. So yeah. Wiggins makes the first. Bam subs out. He does. Ime does like to run the 2 big set. So he's got Adams and Şengün in right now, and they just subbed out Bam. So he might just be telling the offense to run through Şengün. Really take advantage of the size advantage. Green dribbles. Passes to Şengün in the post. Şengün signaling for the ISO. Gets doubled. Puts up a hook. Damn, gets it to go. Şengün's nice, man. 40-35 Rockets. Şengün is nice. Yeah, if you got that size advantage, you just got to take that. So Wiggins fouled again. So Şengün went to work on Ware. Hero tried to double. It was too late. Şengün threw it up. Wiggins at the line. Game's still close. 40-36. Rockets. Wiggins just hit his first free throw. Misses the second one, though. Wow, free throws are not looking good right now. Jabari to Şengün. Yeah, they just want to run the offense through Şengün. He gets tripled. Passes it to Jabari. 3. Nice. Nails it. Dude, Jabari has been on a heater lately. Jabari has been on a heater. Hero passes. Ooh, pulls up over Adams and hits it. Nice. I don't know who that was. 43-38. It was Ware again. Green brings it up. Getting in the offense. Pick from Şengün. Green gets to work. Kicks it to Jabari in the corner who drives. Fade away. Yeah, brick. It's kind of hard look. Don't foul. Back to Mitchell. Wiggins in the corner nails it. They're staying in this game, man. They're staying in this game. 43-41. Rockets. To Brooks in the corner. Rolls out. Mitchell's got it. Runs up. He's going to kick it to... Gets it back. Hero. Oh, I thought Hero was about to pull the deepest three ever. All right, Hero starts the offense. Guarded by Şengün. Kicks it out to Mitchell. One more. Who's 22? Damn. That was nice. That was a nice shot. We're tied. Tie game. 43-43. 43-43. Wiggins going off. He's got 8 this quarter. Şengün turns it over. Come on, bro. Where's that pass? Trying to do too much. Wiggins to Hero. To Mitchell. To Wiggins. Oh, they're moving the ball really well. As he almost throws it out. Okay. Back to Wiggins. You got 6 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to throw this up. I called a foul. Wow. Hero draws a foul. That's brutal. Wiggins is keeping them in this game. They need to figure out how to stop him. Let's see. Any new Texan news? No. I mean, Jameis Winston to the Giants on a 2-year deal. That's not their guy though. They're gonna still be looking for quarterbacks. It will still be looking for quarterbacks for sure. Thompson's definitely seeing less minutes than normal. They're trying to kind of smooth him back into it. All right, Hero makes both. 43-45. The Heat are up by 2. And Ime calls a timeout, which is probably... Did he call? What was that? What happened? I thought Ime called a timeout. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Was it Ball Boy maybe? Ball Boy scrubbing the court or something? Okay, anyway, He'd have been on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes. They're up by 2, about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Jalen brings it up. Screen with Adams to Eason. Back to Green. Mid jumper, no. Rebound Thompson. Brooks. Nice. Brooks hits the 3, 46-45 Rockets. Brooks has been shooting really well for us. I don't think he used to do that. I don't think Brooks used to shoot like that. Oh my gosh. Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins just dunked on someone. I just missed it. Oh my goodness. Who was that on? Dunks on. They got out of the way, but he just threw that down. Wow, Wiggins is going off. Wiggins is going off. This is going to be a close game, so not a blowout. Might have to stream for a little longer. Bro, Tari Eason, what are you doing? Tari Eason is an offensive liability. Just turn the ball over like that, man. What are you doing? Hero gets stripped by Brooks, I think. To Green, to Thompson, to Eason. There you go. Make it back. Put back by Eason. Tari Eason he's an offensive liability, though. And I love the way he plays on defense. Terror Twins and all, but I don't know. He's just not a Ooh, good steal. And Thompson throws out. Stolen by Thompson. Throws it out off his hands. Bro, why are you smiling for? Wipe that smile off your face, bro. Get back. Get your head in the game, man. 48-47 Rockets up. Yeah, the Heat do not have a good home record either. I know that for a fact. They're kind of falling apart right now. They are kind of falling apart right now. All right, I might just start talking to myself. If you're in the chat, appreciate you stopping by and watching. Feel free to comment anything. Texans, Rockets related. Heck, even Astros. I know less about the Astros than the Rockets and Texans, but we can get a combo going for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Every time when Easton gets the ball and you're running offense through him. Not that you're doing that, but when he's in command of the offense, I don't know. It just feels very unnatural. Feels very unnatural when he's got the ball in his hands. No disrespect, of course. But I love his defense. I mean, I see why he gets minutes. I'm not doubting that, but offensively, it's a hit or miss with Tari Eason. All right, it's on commercial break. Wiggins has been keeping them in this game right now. For sure. But appreciate everyone for tuning in. Just doing a live reaction to the Rockets and Heat game. Feel free to talk about any Texans sports. Anything at all. Hopefully this is a good game. Good close game. That the Rockets end up winning, of course. Rockets are on an 8-game win streak. I believe trying to make it 9. And the Heat are on a 5-game losing streak with a really bad home record. Really bad home record. Shout out Bronny, too. Shout out Bronny. Like 17 points a couple nights ago, or was that last night? Good stuff. So they lost, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, 9-game losing streak. Wow, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. They haven't won in 9 games, bro. That's the type of team, though, that gets like, they get feisty. They get hard to beat. They don't care anymore. They're not playing for anything. All right. I think that's what the announcer just talked about. One streak's got to end. Is it going to be the winning streak or the losing streak? All right, Mitchell's bringing it up for the Heat. About 2:45 left in the second quarter. Rockets up by 1. Just Wiggins has the ball, passes it to Adebayo. Adebayo, strong finish on Şengün. Wow, that was nice. Heat up by 1. Fred to Şengün. Gives it to Green. Gives it to Thompson. To Şengün. Pulls up. Short. Very short. Hero floater, short, rebound Green. Good rebound by Green. 2 minutes left in the half. Brooks to Şengün. Oh, blocked again. Wow, 2 back-to-back blocks on Şengün. Hero's bringing it up. You've got to get help. Wiggins dunks. Was that 51-48? Rockets losing. Damn, we cannot stop their offense. Defense needs to get back into it. Fred to Şengün. Just put it up, dude. To Brooks. Puts up a 3. It looked good. It looked good. Hero to Mitchell. To Bam. Pulls up. Damn. Bam hits. All right, 54-48. You're falling behind now. You need a bucket. You need a bucket, bro. Foul. Okay, so Green sold it. The official didn't call anything. He sees Green's reaction and he's just like, must have been a foul. So they call the foul on Mitchell, I believe. So I'm saying though, the Heat came into play. Man, they're not playing for anything, man. All right, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Green's got it. Step back, deep 2. Short again. Almost saved by Thompson. He thought about it. So 54-48. Heat have the lead. About 37 seconds left in the half. Bam inbounds to Hero. Bam's working on Brooks. Passes it to Wiggins. Wiggins on Brooks. Wow. Wiggins is balling right now, man. Wiggins already has 19. 7 for 8 field goals. All right. About a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fred pulls a deep 3. Gets it. Needed that. Needed that. 56-51. 5 seconds left. Goes to Bam. Bam to someone. Wiggins gets fouled at the buzzer. Are you joking, bro? Are you joking? 0.5 seconds left. He's heaving up a 3. Brooks gets the foul. Brooks has 3 fouls. That's 3 fouls on Brooks. And keep in mind, Rockets have missed like 6 free throws already. That's insane. Wiggins is going off. Wiggins at the line. Makes the first. 57-51. Takes both. 0.5 seconds left. I think they're just going to dribble it out. Oh, that was a 3. Never mind. He's got one more. Wow, that was a 3-pointer. So he gets one more. 58-51. And makes it. 59-51. Fred heaves it. Wow. Wiggins is going off right now, guys. That's pretty much the game. That is pretty much the game. Wiggins has 22 at the half, bro. Are we going to get a 40 bomb dropped on us by Andrew Wiggins? I would ruin my night. He's just been efficient. He's been balling. They haven't had an answer for Wiggins. It's currently halftime right now, so I guess we'll see what they can cook up. But all right, let me look at the chat. Let me know if you guys want to talk about Texans. It's currently halftime on the Rockets game. Long story short, Wiggins is having an excellent half. Had an excellent half. Is having an excellent game. So that is good. Let's see here. Talks about that. Brandon says, I'm wondering if the Texans shift more to 6'7" tackles and 330-pound guards. 6'7" tackles, 330-pound guards, similar to Rams and Patriots. Yeah, I mean, definitely could be the case. There's that famous saying, the NFL is a big person league, and big people beat up little people. I don't think you go to weight and height no matter what, like end all be all. But I get the appeal, man. Just put some big dudes on the line and some big guards. Yeah, I don't know. Earlier I mentioned that, and an hour later they signed Trent Brown. Yeah, Trent Brown. I did not realize how big that dude is. He's like 6'7", like 370. I might be wrong on that. I'm gonna look this up. Because when I did look it up, it was almost unbelievable how big he was. Weight, height. Yeah, 6'8" and 360. Oh my gosh, 39-inch arms. I wonder when was he drafted? Okay, he was drafted in the 7th round. So, okay, I thought he might have been an early pick. Yeah, 6'8", 360. 6'8", 400 is his heaviest. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous, dude. I don't care if you're a defensive tackle, if you're a speedy edge rusher. That's insane, man. That might be too big. Texans off-brand Mekhi Becton. Yeah. Hey, man, if he can do, 3/4 of what Mekhi Becton can do, he'll be one of our best tackles, man. Yeah, that's insane. I do like that strategy. Just give me the biggest MF that's available. Just put him on the line and see what happens, man. But yeah, I don't know. I like the strategy, man. As long as it works out. Sub him in when they don't want a 310-pound blocker on some plays, kicks, 1 or 2 yard runs, etc. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if teams generally like sub in tackles like that, but you talking about like set formations? Yeah, like talking about like set formations where we're trying to get a 2 yard run in. Only guy Texans can sub in who would be bigger than T'Vondre Sweat. Yeah, Sweat's a big dude. Only guy Texans can sub in that would be bigger than T'Vondre Sweat. Offensive tackle guard. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. Sweat's a big dude. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. Like, I've been vocal about this. My favorite tackle prospect in the draft is Membo, Armand Membo, kid out of Missouri. He's only 6'3", though. I think he's heavy, though. Let me look it up. Membo's got some weight to him. He's only 6'3", but he's 324, so he's not that big. But, I mean, that's pretty big. 324 and 6'3". So, yeah, that's actually pretty big. But the thing I love about Membo is he doesn't play like he's, 325 or whatever. Yeah, I like Membo. I was on Membo. When I first started looking at Membo, he was like a consensus. Like, I think he was literally like around 25. Like, he might have been the 25th player on like a board I was looking at. And I was like, oh, that's perfect because Membo can play tackle and he can be really good at the guard spot because he's done both. And now it's like top 7 pick, top 5 pick in some people's mocks. I mean, they've got Membo going up really high. So Eagles use Mailata and Becton size to get the short yards. Got you. Yeah, whatever the Eagles are doing, you probably want to take a look at it because they had the heaviest offensive line ever, right? In like the history of the NFL, and it worked. So again, that's why I think they're going to try to make Kenyon Green work. I feel like that's a different story in and of itself. Like if that Eagles coach can fix Kenyon Green, I mean, I will never say a bad word about him for the rest of my life because Kenyon Green was never becoming playable on the Houston Texans. I believe that with a passion. But I'm happy for him. He gets to play in Philly off a team that just won the Super Bowl. He gets to play with the best offensive line coach in the league. And he's got the physical attributes. He's determined to get better. Just for whatever reason, he doesn't work with the Houston Texans. So it sucks. I mean, granted, we got a really good safety out of it, but the Patriots went with tall tackles when Caserio got Nate Solder before. Got you. Yeah, they'll definitely see. I wonder how much say Nick Caley has in it too. Like if Nick Caley's, looking at, I'm sure he's evaluating his line, but yeah, it's interesting conversations. I just feel like it's hard because if they go with Tyler Booker in the first round, the big asterisk by him is going to be his athleticism. I mean, that's what the combine showed, and I get it. The combine measurements aren't everything, but God forbid they take him and he's a bust. Everyone's going to be blaming the, how could you? And they're going to be talking about the combine measurements and all that. So I think Tyler Booker, Andrew Wiggins just had the highest scoring quarter of his career. Of course he did, with 20. And he had 20 in the second quarter. He had the most points by a Heat player in their first 10 games since LeBron in 2010. Okay, I don't care about that. Wow. Yeah, so if you're just joining, Wiggins is going off. Sorry, I need to plug my mic. If you're just joining, Wiggins is going off right now. Big part of why the Rockets are losing. What's good, Texan Tangents? How you doing, man? Still think they may go golden round 1. Dude, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think there's a timeline where they pick a receiver. I just don't know if Golden gets to 25 anymore. I mean, everyone and their mom is talking about how good Golden is. I saw Steve Smith. Steve Smith said that he's better than Tet McMillan. I don't know about that, but who am I compared to 89? So there's that. But yeah, Golden, I mean, I was pretty high on Golden too. Like once I started watching him, I mean, I believe I made a video like a while ago saying that that he would fit well on the Texans. And it just, for whatever reason, ran that 4.3. All of a sudden, you're looking like a lot better of a prospect. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Golden doesn't look like he plays as fast as like Isaiah Bond does. Obviously, Isaiah Bond ran the slower 40, but I mean, numbers don't lie. He ran a 4.3, and also Golden he's got a lot of crazy attributes. Like his adjustments to the ball are some of the best in this draft. His releases are great. He showed you he's got that top end speed. I like Golden. I totally get if he's not like your number one receiver, but I get him. Let's see. Falcons and Bengals may trade back from 15 or 17. Yeah, I could see that. Golden Banks, both from Houston. Yeah. Both are they from Houston? I didn't know that. Golden and Banks? I know I think Golden's from like the Klein Oak area. I know some prospect I was looking at's from like Klein. I don't remember if it was Golden or not, but it might have been. Banks, I don't know where Banks is from. I'll take your word for that though for sure. Banks is a solid pick too. Banks is from Humble. Nice. Okay, I didn't know that. Cool. If they go for a wide receiver in round 1, it'll be because they're sold on him. Caserio doesn't take early wide receivers. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I didn't know Trent Brown was 6'8". Dude, that's what we were talking about, J Perp. Trent Brown is a big MFer. Like, he's the type of dude I think that's why they signed him, honestly. It's 1 year, $3 million. they're like, yeah, we just gave 14 million to Cam Robinson, but some people are just too big to pass up, man. You're hoping if you can just get him healthy, he'll be great. But yeah, Trent Brown's a big dude. Donovan Jackson went to high school in Houston. Didn't know that. That's the Ohio State tackle. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about the wide receiver. It's because they're sold on him. Caserio doesn't take early wide receivers. Yeah, and if they're looking at their board and they say someone like, let's say they say Luther Burden, and they decide to take Luther Burden at 25, even though the consensus is he's been slipping a little, like, I think you got to give him that slack, That means they like him a lot. He's got that dog mentality. So, I hear you, man. Bengals paid Trent Brown to go protect Burrow before got injured. Then they went with Amarius Mims last year. Got you. Yeah, he tore his patellar tendon, which is exactly what happened to Josh Simmons, the tackle out of Ohio State. Really good tackle prospect. So, yeah. I was looking and researching the patellar tendon tears. They tend to be pretty serious, longer recovery, worse than an ACL by far, limits your explosiveness, can have long-term effects on your explosiveness especially. So, yeah, that'll be the one thing to keep an eye out with Trent Brown. I mean, that's like we've been saying, Trent Brown's a big dude. You want to make sure that knee's right. But I'm sure they looked into that when they signed him. I'm sure they didn't just give him 3 M's without checking up on him, but yeah. Trent Brown, bring all those boys home. Homegrown Texan pride is an attribute, not measure. Dude, I believe you, Texan tangents. Like, I mean, Houston's got to be, or not Houston, Texas has got to be one of the best football states, just football producing, maybe the best. I know that argument gets thrown around a lot with like Florida, Cali, Texas, but Texas is one of the most proud states, man, rightfully so. Like, I love Texas, from Texas, born in Houston. Like, yeah, there's a sense of pride when you walk around in Texans gear and you play for the state that you grew up in, man. Totally get that. Like Tank Dell asking to be drafted by the Texans, went to play at U of H, wanted to stay in Texas. I think he's from Florida though. I'm not tripping, but same type of thing. Trent Brown highlights, he's out there laying people out. Yeah, man. Solid, like literally the biggest thing with Trent Brown is going to be, what does that knee look like? And are you still the same guy? Because if he is, like, there's something there. I think it's a good pickup. Again, it's just that patellar tendon he tore. Like, pretty scary, pretty significant injury. And at his size, at his weight, I mean, not a doctor, but I can imagine you got to make sure that knee's right. But I mean, it's $3 million. It's a lot of money, but it's not, it's not like we dished out 15 million, right? Like, roll the dice, see if it works. I'm fine with it. You need as many guys in that tackle room as you can get. So, I'm curious though, do you guys think they'll still draft a tackle, or do you think it'll like be more of a guard prospect? Like, will it be Tyler Booker? Or are they going to draft someone like, let's say, Banks and then move him in? Because to me, Banks looks more like a tackle, like a true tackle. I have seen people say they want to see him moved into guard, though. I mean, that's like a kind of a repetitive theme this draft. Is there's a lot of good guard prospects that played tackle, like there always are, but more so this year, I feel like. So I really think the only like set in stone tackle, because even Mason Graham, is that his name? Bro, what is his name? Not Kenneth Grant. I get the dude from LSU and the D tackle mixed up. LSU tackle, Will Campbell. Yeah, Will Campbell, that guy. Even he gets, they talk about his arm length. They say he needs to play guard. So it just feels like everyone is getting told they need to play guard for one reason or the other. But anyway, I say all that to say, Josh Simmons was the one dude who you look at and you're like, that's a tackle. Like, that is a cornerstone tackle. And then, of course, patella injury. And now you're like, does he still have a knee? Like, is the knee still there? So, yeah, it just sucks. I mean, it's good for the Texans. I mean, they're definitely signing a lot more, more tackle prospects, putting a lot of investment in the tackle position. Part of that's because of the, just what it takes to sign a tackle. But I mean, hell, I don't mind drafting a guard high up. All right, let's see the catch up here. For that price, just bring him in for some plays and special team kicks so our other offensive tackles aren't out there. I got you, man. I got you, Brandon. They trade up to 7 and take Membo. That would be crazy. They get Membo. Yeah, that would be nuts. Trading up to 7 would be expensive. What would that be? Like a future first, maybe? I mean, you're moving up to 7. That might be too expensive. I love Membo, but I don't know if I want to trade up that high for him. I feel like we got a big pile of linemen that don't have set positions. I'm interested to see who ends up where. Dude, I totally agree with you, Texan Tangents. I totally agree with you. I don't even think the Texans right now know who's going to play what. Like, that's why there's so many bodies. Titus Howard is a perfect example of that. He played right tackle last year, and he got moved to guard. Now they're saying he's going to be the starting left tackle. But, oh, wait, let's sign Cam Robinson to compete. Let's sign in Trent Brown to compete. Okay, so maybe Titus goes back to left guard, but, like, are we drafting a left guard? And if we draft someone who's a tackle, are they going to play tackle? Are we going to move them to guard? Like, it's a complete mess, man. So I hear you. I mean, you don't even know if Blake Fisher is a serviceable starting right tackle for 17 games in a season, right? And I love Blake Fisher. I'm really high on Blake Fisher. That's just the reality. Is Jarrett Patterson going to hold up? Is Drew Scruggs still good? Like, it's a mess, dude. I totally agree. It is a mess. I'm starting to think they wait till next year to draft a high-round offensive tackle now, especially if they are changing the body types of the candidates they are looking for. Yeah, maybe, dude. Potentially. Like, the thing about, the reason why drafting a receiver is so, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you want it to happen in the first round is because if you just go back and look at drafts, like, the best receivers are normally taken in the first round. Like, your superstar receivers, your Garrett Wilsons, your Justin Jeffersons, like, your Jamar Chases. Those dudes are taken in the first round, Every now and then, are you going to hit in the later round? Yeah, look at Nico Collins, right? Nico Collins is one of the best receivers in the league, and he wasn't a first round pick. So it's just more often than not, that's where the talent is. So yeah, that's kind of the appeal for taking, a receiver. I mean, like you always hear, guard's not a valuable position to draft in the first round. You always hear people talking about that. With the contract restructure, he's not even an expensive guard anymore. Assume you're talking about Titus, right? Yep. It's going to be up to Popovich and Caley to decide who's got it. I agree, dude. Chris Strausser was not getting it done, man. I mean, they got rid of him, but he was not getting it done. It's a lot easy to get a later round wide receiver to perform than a later round O-lineman. Majority of teams' O-lines are 80% first and second rounders. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe. I could see that. I mean, I do hear about, like, when the Patriots were playing with Brady, they had a bunch of, like, 4th round dudes, 7th round guy. I don't know. It's definitely a mix. I will say there do seem to be a lot of, I just feel like this wide receiver class isn't great in general. There's guys you can definitely look for in the 2nd or 3rd round, but compared to last year, the talent's definitely not there from the wide receiver position. Okay, Rockets game just started. We are still down by 8 going into the 3rd quarter. Oh, I need some water. Wow, the Rockets cannot make anything, man. Down by 10 now. So I think one of the biggest question mark for me at the wide receiver position is, without a doubt, Luther Burden. Because Luther Burden went from being like a top 10, top 15 pick to now like he might be a second rounder, top of the second round. So the question marks with Luther Burden are really interesting. I think I'm higher on him than most people are. Like I get it. He wasn't extremely productive, but I just think it's their offense, man. Like, I don't know. Like, when we first started this process, I would have been happy to draft Burden at 25, and now I would be happy, but I'm like got this thought in the back of the mind, like, why is everyone not like Burden anymore? Thompson gets fouled, goes to the line, 63-53 Heat. They may still surprise us and go 50% offense, 50% defense in the draft. That's funny. Yeah, I'll say this. If D'Amico Ryans drafts a defensive player in the first round, I will pull my hair out. Like, I don't think he will, but I don't know. I just, if there's like some insane linebacker that D'Amico Ryans can't take his eyes off of, and if he drafts him in the first round, man, I don't think that'll happen. But like I said, I don't think they need to draft defense in the first or second round. Like, I genuinely don't think they need to do that. Your defense is elite. Like right now, let's just say no injuries. Right now, there is not a single weak link in this defense. Like seriously, it is just from top to bottom. This defense is extremely scary. It is elite. Now the offense, where do we start? A lot of things could go wrong really quick with the offense. Okay. Jack Besh seems like he may be the Nick Caley prototype. Same build as Puka. I like Besh a lot. I've been really high on him for a while now. He just gives you a lot of versatility, great hands, bigger receiver, big target, big catch radius, techniques there. He's not like Savion Williams, who also goes to TCU. Savion Williams, you can tell his technique needs, and his route tree really needs to be polished up. Jack Besh is like the less athletic, but polished up version of that. So I really like Besh. If you can get Besh at 58, like now we're talking. Like that is a great value pick. Do I think he falls that low? No, I don't. I think he goes top of second round. But yeah. Besh is one of my guys for sure. I'll break my TV if they go defense first round. Yeah, someone needed to say it, man. Like the only situation that I could fathom them taking a defensive player in the first round was if Malachi Starks fell to them. But now you don't even need a safety. Like that was the one weakness, the one chink in the armor was, hey, Jimmy Ward's probably going to get hurt. And oh, by the way, your backup's Eric Murray, right? Well, now you have C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You don't need a safety. I mean, you have C.J. Gardner-Johnson on a 2-year contract, I mean, you're not going to draft a linebacker. That would be the other weakness. Like maybe Aziz To'oto'o and Christian Harris can't stay healthy. So like maybe linebacker's the other weakness. But I don't want a linebacker in the first round, bro. What are we doing? What are we talking about? So yeah, I don't think that defense is the move in the first round at all. I agree with you, Perk. Kaylee would like Elick from what I've seen. Elick, Stanford receiver. Definitely have him a tier above Besh. Although it wouldn't surprise me if that changes, honestly. I'm really high on Besh. Yeah, Elick, great size. Kind of gives you almost the same Besh kind of feel, but more physical, I think, in my eyes at least. The thing about Elick is I think he falls in the top of the second round as well, to the point where it's like, it almost feels like 25 is a reach for Elick, and 58 is just impossible. You're not going to get him at 58. But if they like Elick and they have him, the top receiver, the fourth best receiver on their board, then yeah, they could take him at 25. From what I've seen and kind of the consensus, I don't think he's like a top 4 receiver, but I mean, he's solid, man. He's solid. Always gets a little scary though when you scout the helmet and you see the Stanford logo. I mean, is what it is, but Our Rockets are trying to climb back into this game, 65-60. Heat are still winning though. Engineer, just want to say I like your content to the point, and it's the stuff the fans like. Appreciate that, man. And if y'all have like any content suggestions, just don't be afraid to comment, and comment on my videos. Say what you want to see. Happy to do that. Happy to do that. D'Amico takes Jahad Campbell and tells us he's the next Fred Warner. Yeah, I mean, like, great player. Just from a need standpoint, like, don't need it right now. Also, I just feel like D'Amico can coach up a linebacker. Like, I feel the same way about the defensive line as well. Like, I understand wanting to take Kenneth Grant at 25 if he falls. I get that. I just feel like D'Amico can take a Tim Settle, a Tommy Togiai, a guy who, was on practice squads a while ago, not too long ago. And I feel like he can just coach him up and take him to where he needs to go. Like, I don't feel like that you need to draft Kenneth Grant or Kenneth. I'm getting these names mixed up, man. Is it Kenneth Grant or am I tripping? What is it? Notre Dame. D tackle. Kenneth. Can I remember these names? Yeah, Kenneth Grant. Okay, I don't know why. I'm like getting names mixed up right now. Agree, probably early second. No worries. I'm the guy always commenting Golden on your shorts. Yeah, I hear you, dude. Golden has definitely gotten a lot of people. I don't hate Golden. Like, if we take Golden at 25, I don't hate it. He's a dog. He is a dog for sure. Do you see us taking a center in this draft? If it's a late round pick, sure. Instead of taking a center like early on, I would prefer to take like a Gray Zabel, a guy who can play center and who actually took snaps at center at the Senior Bowl, but who can also play guard, can play tackle in a pinch. So, like, of all the offensive line prospects, I think, yeah, I got you. My bad. It's a little ahead of what I'm watching, but I got you guys. It's a little ahead of what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Something about Gray Zabel. I don't remember what I was saying. Just lost my train of thought. But yeah, 68-60. As I said before, this totally feels like a game the Rockets would lose. I hope they don't, but that's just kind of what it feels like, to be honest. Yeah. So anyway, Gray Zabel can play center. So he's the most versatile. That's what it was. Of all the offensive linemen in this draft, Gray Zabel is the most versatile. He's taken snaps at all 5 offensive line positions at his time. Granted, at like North Dakota State University. So there's that. It's an FCS school. So you got to think about that. But look, at the Senior Bowl, I mean, not a single person could beat Gray Zabel. I don't think he lost a rep. I think he might have lost 1 rep at the Senior Bowl. Playing against decently projected, defensive ends on a drill that favors defensive ends. So he was like trying to go through a brick wall, man. He was good in the Senior Bowl. You have to factor in strength of schedule and all that, but like he helped his stock a lot. He went from 3rd rounder to high 2nd, late 1st rounder after the Senior Bowl. So D'Amico can coach up linebackers, which is why I don't want to give second contracts to Christian Harris or To'o. Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you on Harris. I think To'o has been extremely good for us. Like, To'o, I mean, the leap he made from his rookie to sophomore season is probably underappreciated. Like, he played really well for us this past year. And then I know when Christian Harris was healthy, I want to say they started Harris over To'o, which I kind of felt like was stupid. Harris just needs to get healthy, man. It's kind of pissing me off. He's supposed to be this like freak, and I like him. Like, he's very good, but yeah, he just hasn't been healthy. I think for the O-line, what we really need is Stoutland. The Eagles' O-line was elite, but they picked up projects and developed them. Yeah. Look, no one's done it better than the Eagles have, than the Eagles coach has. They know what they're doing when it comes to the offensive line. You take the best offensive line in the league, and you take the best running back in the league, and you win a Super Bowl. Like, pretty much how it played out. I mean, we can have the argument: is Jalen Hurts the best player on his team? Is it Saquon? It's probably Saquon. Saquon the most skilled, but I mean, you make your team elite, and then you push all the finances 5 years down the road, and then by then, you have a couple rings, couple Super Bowls. No one really cares. That's pretty much the strategy. Just push. Let me take all that money, Kobe it down the road. Don't want to deal with it now. All right, we're on a little bit of a run. Coming back, 66 to 70 now, as I say that, but coming back a little bit. Gonna be shocked if we see Trent Brown trying out right guard in camp. Yeah, I don't think Trent Brown is a guard at all. With his size, with his arm length, I think he's a backup tackle. If you're on the 1 yard line, you want Trent Brown in, not Titus. Yeah, I hear you for sure. In that situation, give me the heaviest dude you got, man. Okay, Heat making a lot of sloppy mistakes. Nice. Fred VanVleet hit a jumper. 77-2. Oh, what's his name? I know it's Jaime, right? It's not Jamie. It's like Jaime Jaquez. I don't know. Someone told me how to say his name. One of my friends is a Heat fan, but nice. Thompson throws it down. People didn't think Mekhi Becton could go guard either. Oh, no, I definitely think he could play guard. Like, I'm not saying that. I just think they got him for, like, a backup tackle role. Like, I think in their mind, they believe he can be, like, their plan C at tackle. Yeah, so I definitely think he can play guard. I mean, I think he could. Yeah, he's a big boy. So, didn't Trent play guard in college? I have no idea, but I feel like he might be onto something. Let's see. Yeah, he did. You're right. He did. Guard at the University of Florida. 7th round pick, too, is what I found out. Just hope we see Haley and Popovich experiment. I hear you, dude. My hypothesis when it comes to what happened in the offensive line is Laramie Tunsil didn't practice, had that vet mentality, didn't want to lead anyone, and just, wanted to do his own thing, which worked for him. Laramie Tunsil is a very good left tackle, one of the best left tackles in the league. But when you set that standard and you've got 4 other shittier players following that standard, it leads to a dysfunctional offense. So, and I'm not going to be one of the guys that says well, our offensive line was bad last year. What's getting rid of Tunsil going to do? That's not going to make it any worse than it can be. I disagree with that because there's a difference between having unblocked pressure come up the A gap that Stroud can see versus unblocked pressure coming off your blind side, right, with your back turned. So I disagree with that. But I understand the frustration, and I understand that the offensive line needs to be a unit. And it doesn't really matter if one dude's a Pro Bowler if the other 4 guys suck. And if the other 4 guys suck because of leadership issues, then yeah, good on them for fixing it. That's kind of my take on it. I didn't hate the Tunsil trade by any means. I just was very shocked that I didn't see a more fleshed out plan from them. I think you could still make that argument, what is the plan? Is it just have these guys battle it to death in training camp? Probably is the plan. But yeah, so, I mean, the return was good too. I didn't think we were going to get, I didn't expect a first round pick for Titus Howard. So the return was fine. 4 picks. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. What do y'all think about the Tunsil? Did I say Titus? I meant Tunsil. What did y'all think about the Tunsil trade? See, I got angry when the O-line was taking days or a week off later in season. I didn't care if they weren't out being physical. I want them out there standing in a line practicing timing or something. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they were taking days off. The offensive line was taking days off later in the season. I didn't know that at all. Yeah. You know what? You know what didn't make this? You know what? Okay, out of everything we've talked about at the offensive line, do you know what made the least amount of sense? It was Shaq Mason gets hurt. He's out for a couple weeks with like a knee injury. He practices for like 3 days. And then Bobby Slowick starts him at right guard in the divisional round against the Chiefs. That was the most jaw-dropping, because Juice Scruggs was filling in for Shaq Mason. And you had Titus Howard at the other guard spot. And Shaq Mason comes into a divisional game with like 3 days of rest coming off an injury. And he sucked. Like, he did not play well. Like, that was the most shocking thing. That's when I was genuinely like, wow, this... And I had known up until then, but that was when I was like, this is an effing joke, dude. Shaq Mason's out there seeing ghosts, huffing and puffing. Like, that was a crazy decision. It almost makes me wonder, let's say they never played Shaq Mason, and let's say Juice Scruggs plays the whole divisional game instead of Shaq Mason. Do they still cut Shaq Mason? That would have been my question. If, would they have made the decision to cut Shaq Mason? Or did it kind of benefit us that he played because he was so bad, it kind of forced them to cut Shaq Mason? I don't know. So that's kind of a thought that I've thought about for a while, and I haven't really come up with a clear answer because Shaq Mason was awful in that game. I mean, the whole O-line was. Stroud got sacked like, 8 times or 6 times? Probably 6 times in the divisional game. Yeah, so. All right, let's see. Yeah, during the week. Putting Shaq Mason back in KC made me question D'Amico. I agree with you, engineer, because I don't care if D'Amico doesn't know a single play on the offensive call sheet. You gotta use your eyes, dude. You gotta tell Bobby, hey, like, why is Shaq coming back in? It's not like Shaq was playing well before he got hurt. I would argue that Juice Scruggs was playing better than Shaq Mason was at that right guard position. And Shaq Mason's hurt. He's had 3 days of being healthy. He's not even like practicing in his pads fully. And you decide to put him in the most important game of the season at Arrowhead. And he plays terrible. And then you don't pull him. I think he played the whole game. Like, how do you not pull him? Like, he's playing bad. You have Juice Scruggs who's been... If I'm Juice Scruggs, I'm fuming. Because Juice Scruggs didn't even play, like, horribly. I mean, everything seems, like, better than worse when you're comparing it to Shaq Mason. But if I was Juice Scruggs, I'd have been fuming. Dude's obviously not ready to play. Yeah, and then I don't know how many times I saw pressure come up the A-gap. And Stroud's just like, oh, I guess this is a sack. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens. Also, I don't think Blake Fisher played well in that game, but I'm going to cut him some slack because rookie Chris Jones, Arrowhead, like, he wasn't even supposed to play his rookie season. So, I mean, that's the thing with Fisher. Like, the scouting report on Fisher is, hey, this dude can be really good if you just give him a year to learn and to lift weights and really put on some muscle. Like, Blake Fisher has the ability to be a starting, franchise right tackle. I fully believe that, but he wasn't like a blue chip player when we drafted him. So, yeah. That falls on D'Amico. He has the last say. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And that's why you always hear about like the whole defensive minded head coach thing. It's like, Yeah, is it really smart to have a defensive minded coach? I mean, I'm not like I'm fine with it. Obviously, D'Amico. I mean, if you look at D'Amico's defense, like he knows what he's doing, right? It's just the offense where it's like Slowick. Like, what are you doing, dude? I mean, this isn't Pee Wee football, man. You gotta make adjustments, bro. This isn't just run out the oldest dudes on there on the team. Like, you can bench dudes. Like I know it's kind of shocking. You can bench a guy like Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green did not need to play 6 straight games, dude. You can bench these people. Just because he's a first round draft pick does not mean he gets a starting position. Like bench that dude, bro. It took CJ Stroud falling on Kenyon Green and hurting his shoulder for them to stop playing Kenyon Green. Like they didn't even bench him. He got hurt. Like it's crazy. It is amazing how long it took them to bench Kenyon Green. Like, come on, man. What are we doing, bro? Yeah, during the week, ESPN updated its depth chart and put Fisher behind Trent Brown. How do they update that though? Surely that's not a report, is it? So if it's a report, it would have made news. That might just be them projecting it. I don't know exactly what the Texans are going to do because I don't see any reports, but they might just be going off money, like off salary as well. Trent Brown's making more than Fisher is. So if Cam Robinson and Trent Brown ended up being our starting tackles, we would be shocked. Yeah, I don't think that's because you drafted Blake Fisher for a reason, right? Obviously, Caserio knew at the time that he wanted to move on, I guess, from Tunsil. I mean, if we factor in recent events, I guess he wanted to move on from Tunsil, and he wanted Blake Fisher to be a future tackle. Then it's just kind of awkward on why he's not a left tackle and he's a right tackle, whatever. But so yeah, you're hoping Blake Fisher is a starter for sure. If Blake Fisher isn't starting, I never want Nick to even talk to online prospects ever again. I hear you, dude. Like, if you're gonna draft a dude in the second round, like he needs to start at some point. Like, I get that, man. I totally get that. Blake's like, I wouldn't even say Blake's bad. Like, there were games where Blake looked good, and there were moments where Blake looked bad. I mean, it's a typical, you're asking him to play right tackle. You could argue that the best edge rushers go against right tackles because they're more comfortable lining up on the left. So, yeah, I mean, he looked bad. Chris Jones got him. Amenahue got him, I think. Like, he gave up at least 2 sacks in the divisional game that I was watching. I don't know what PFF said, but when I was watching the game, I saw him give up 2 sacks. So, yeah, I mean, he's not a finished project by any means. Tip in, nice. Okay, nice. 76-78. Very nice, very nice. Okay. I think they use one of their seconds to trade up for a first-round offensive tackle next year. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you think they wait on the tackle and they wait till next year? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I definitely think then you go guard like second round, right? And you get a receiver in the first round. I would be annoyed if they gave Cam Robinson a dumb extension. Yeah, Cam Robinson's got to prove himself. He's been kind of a disappointment all the way up until this point. The Vikings wanted to move on from him from a long time. The Vikings actually got a replacement for Cam Robinson, and that replacement got hurt. So they had to play Cam Robinson. And the moment their replacement got healthy, they just swapped him. That's why they let him walk. Or they traded him, I guess. So, all right, I'm going to use the restroom really quick, guys. I will be right back. back. They want him as a swing tackle backup. Fisher, I mean. Yeah, I could see that. I could see him being a backup. I mean, I'd hope he's a starting right tackle. Obviously, that would be more ideal. But, yeah, he was... Because he played left tackle, got hurt. Joe Alt came in, took his spot. And Joe Alt, obviously phenomenal. So he never really got that back. But, yeah. ESPN has Scruggs as starting right guard. That to me makes the most sense with the options you have right now. Scruggs, your right guard. Tomlinson and Ingram battling it out for left guard. Patterson at center. And then Fisher, right tackle. Cam Robinson, left tackle, right? And then maybe Trent Brown beats out Robinson or whatnot. And then I guess that would put Titus. I don't know. I don't know where that puts Titus. Maybe Titus beats out and plays left guard, or maybe Titus plays left tackle. I don't know. Like we've been kind of saying, it is like if there was a betting line for who the starting five would be come week 1 on the offensive line, I mean it'd be all over the place, man. You'd have a lot of options to bet on, and you'd have some pretty decent payouts if you got it right, because who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Also, guys, keep in mind, I will be going live for the draft. I'm definitely going to make that happen. So, come draft time, I will be live. I will be reacting to all of the picks live. Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be a good time. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to rename the stream so that more people join, because this has turned into Texans Talk, which is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Talking. This is going to take a minute. Can't wait to see. Yeah, dude, round 1 will be interesting because, I mean, we don't even know if they're going to go line or receiver. Like I said, I really like the amount of bodies they have at the various offensive line positions. I just don't know how quality these guys really are. And if you're telling me they're going to draft Tyler Booker and throw another body onto the offensive line, like, yeah, definitely. Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. That would be as crazy as a March Madness bracket. I think you were talking about the starting line possibilities. Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Rockets have taken the lead. Only 9:57 left in the 4th. That's good to see. This quick. All right. You know what? We'll just do that later. It's going to take too long. Yes, sir. Rockets in the lead. Look, they had me worried very, very, very far from being over. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't feel great about this game when I saw it on the schedule, just from what we know about the Rockets, man. Someone misses. Okay, he timeout. All right, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just edit this later. That's all good. That is all good. I had another offensive line like rant, and I forgot it. I can't remember what it was about now. I mean, obviously about the line, but I can't remember the player that it involved. I don't remember. What was my rant? No, dang it! I had a good rant about the offensive line. Oh, here's the rant. The next rant I have on the offensive line for the Houston Texans. It was Nick Caserio made a comment saying how Juice Scruggs. It was praising Juice Scruggs, and he was like, this guy works his tail off, and he's great, and he's a really good center, but he's having to play right guard because we're running out of bodies on the offensive line. And Caserio was like, he's a better center than guard. And he's switching and he's doing this for the team. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, is Juice Scruggs really a better center than Jarrett Patterson? Is he a better center than he plays at guard? Like, I don't notice a difference when Juice Scruggs is in at center and when Jarrett Patterson's off the field. Like, that's just me. Maybe I don't know ball and I just don't appreciate the center position enough. But yeah, I was like, you tell me, man. I don't know. I don't look at Juice Scruggs and say that's an elite offensive center. I don't see that. Maybe he is. I don't know. He's been banged up. He hasn't been fully healthy, but I mean, what are we talking about here, man? So yeah, I was not very impressed with the constant praise that they were getting. I was like, don't know about that. Funny how every Texans offensive lineman is better when they play a different position than their own. Yeah. Maybe the key is just like having everyone play a different position. Just like if you think, Juice Scruggs should be the guard, then play him at center. If you think Blake Fisher should be a right tackle, just play him at left tackle. What else? If you think Trent Brown should be a tackle, just play him at guard. Like just move everyone around. Have them play some random position so that we can try to piece this out and fix it. You might be onto something there, man. You might be onto something. Maybe that's what Cole Popovich is going to do. He's just going to switch everyone's position. Yeah. That'd be funny as hell. Texans are like the anti-Mavericks. We stick by the worst players no matter what. Anti-Mavericks is crazy. That's funny, though. Oh, man. Ooh. Offensive foul. Okay. I'm watching the game, but the game's behind the scoreboard. So it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's all good. I want to see Trent Brown at right guard in preseason just to free people out. Yeah, dude, I mean, they can do whatever they want in preseason. They just need to figure it out. Like, I'm not saying anyone has to play anywhere. I'm saying complete opposite. Like, if you're going to tell me Trent Brown's a center, as long as that's the best place, that's fine. Like, I do not care. We tried to make an offensive line work last year with Tunsil and Howard and Scruggs and Shaq Mason and whoever our left guard was, I can't remember, and did not look good, did not work. So, yeah. All right, as long as the Rockets don't choke this lead, we should be in decent shape. Keep that win streak alive. Make 3 O-lines and have them battle, then switch. Yeah, man. Literally, just make everyone battle it out. And that's something they didn't do last season. Last season, it was Tunsil, you're a left tackle. Kenyon Green, you're the left guard. Kenyon Green, by the way, that was the other guy. Kenyon Green, you're the left guard. We're not going to make you compete. You're the left guard because you were drafted 15th overall. So surely you have to be good, right? Surely our offensive line evaluation could never draft a bust, right? So, yeah, you just need competition. You need to make these guys compete. You need to make these guys fear losing their job. That is something that there was none of last season. Like, these guys should be worried about providing income for their families. Like, you need to make these guys, like, think about their future. Oh, my gosh. Big foul. Big foul on Amen Thompson. You think these Rockets are legit? Thoughts on Jalen Green? I really like this young core, man. I do think the Rockets are legit. Do I have them winning it all? No. But do I have them getting valuable playoff experience? For sure. Their depth is insane. One of the best defensive teams out there. Ime Udoka, obviously my favorite coach, but amazing coach. Thoughts on Jalen Green specifically? Jalen Green has flashes where he looks like he's the best player ever. Then he has flashes where he looks pretty mediocre. I would say he looks more mediocre at times than he looks amazing. But if he can just stay consistent, man, he can be something. It's just I've seen him turn over the ball a lot and points in the game where you just can't have turnovers. So I like him though. Great attributes. Just not ready to call him an all-star or a star on the team yet. But yeah, I like Green. I really like the Rockets team. I like the way they play. I like how they're physical. I like how they get a lot of technicals. Like, I like the physicalness of the team. So, for sure. Last year was more about getting Casario's chosen lineup in there than the best lineup. Yeah, I totally agree. Casario wanted his 5 guys out there. We tried that. It didn't work. For whatever reason, it took us like 6 more weeks to figure out it didn't work. And then from there, it was panic mode because we didn't really have any depth. Haven't had this much depth at offensive line in a long time. Totally agree, man. Totally agree. It's a good thing to see. Now, I am a little worried that it's getting a little junky, like junk depth. Like, how many of these guys realistically do you want to see starting type of questions? But I'll take that over nothing, man. I'll take that over nothing for sure. Kendrick Green went to the Bills. Charlie Heck is on the Bucks now. Oh, I didn't know that, Brandon. I did not know that. Kendrick Green never really got any playing time. When he did, it didn't look amazing. Do I still think he should have gotten more playing time with how bad Kenyon Green was? Yes. But good for him, dude. I'm glad he's on the Bills. Because the Texans hated Kendrick Green, bro. The Texans did not play Kendrick Green. Charlie Heck, they never played Charlie Heck. So, yeah, that's fine. As long as they are not here. That's funny. I was trying to give you some analysis, but I get you, Brian. As long as they're not here, bro. I feel you, man. Just get them out of here. That's funny as hell, man. I mean, as much as it pains me to say, like, you have to ask yourself, where would the Texans be if they had just a good offensive line? Not even an amazing one, just a good offensive line. I mean, they probably beat the Jets if they have a good line. They probably finish out the Bills if they have a good offensive line. Stroud maybe doesn't finish with a 53% pressure rate in the divisional round. That's the other thing. Like, everyone's talking about CJ Stroud having a down year. I'm like, dude's getting pressured more times than he isn't in key games. And some of the pressures are like just complete, like, snap the ball, boom, dude in your face, pause. Like, what do you want him to do? He's not Superman. not yet, you know? Like, and I get it. Stroud made a lot of bad decisions, not trying to completely cover up for him. But I get it, man. You got that. You got like you're getting pressured constantly. Like I can empathize with that. The Texans do not have a good history of protecting their quarterback. Thompson just got a rebound and it like hit Steve Adams in the face, but Rockets recovered it. That was pretty funny. Oh, good finish, Thompson. Nice. Timeout, Heat. Nice. Okay, Tyler Booker's biggest upside is something you'd have to interview him to see. The Will Anderson of the offense Alabama talks about. Yeah, I agree. They view Tyler Booker like he's a captain at Alabama. Great mindset, great mentality. And that's a big reason why I think the Texans are like in love with Tyler Booker. I don't have any inside sources. I'm not on the inside of the organization. But you constantly hear how much Nick Caserio, I mean, like every time they're asked about who they're going to draft, it's like, dude has to have a good personality, has to be a good person, has to fit the Texans mindset. Not everyone can be on the Texans. Like, it's constantly like that. They value personality and like, just being a good person a lot. Which is why I think Tyler Booker fits so well with them. But yeah, obviously gonna have to interview him. Gonna have to look at his mentality. Only asterisk with him is the athleticism. But I mean, if you watch the dude play, I mean, he mauls people at the guard spot at Alabama. So like, I do notice that he's pretty low on a lot of people's big boards though. I think like Jeremiah had him at like 48 on a big board. Obviously a lot further down than 25. I might be misremembering that though. I think PFF has him around like 50 on a big board. So I don't know. There's that. Might just be because he's a guard as well. I don't know. If Booker stays over 330, then he may fit the build Kaylee wants in the future. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're 100% sure that they just want like, fat dudes. Not fat, you know what I mean though. Heavy dudes on the line. But yeah, I mean, maybe. 49ers were making it work with Charlie Heck last season better than we were with Laramie Tunsil. Yeah, I agree. Texan tangents. We have one of the worst quarterback protection histories. I mean, Derek Carr was just the beginning. Yeah, historically, never really been great at the offensive line. It's kind of our curse, I think. If our franchise had a curse, I think it'd be the offensive line. And, the divisional round wall, obviously. Derek Carr is like the quarterback who got sacked the most in a season, like twice. He's like 2 of the 3 or something. It's a pretty bad stat. I'm laughing, but I mean, that's terrible. Got sacked like 73 times in a season. And then he got sacked like 68 or something after that. Like, yeah, that's bad. David Carr, yeah, David. Did I say Derek? I meant David. I don't know. David. If Booker can fall back to 40, Texans can trade up and get him and still pick someone else in the first. Yeah, a lot of the boards have Booker around like 48, 50. So that's kind of my thing. I also said, like I said earlier, maybe you trade back and pick up Gray Zabel instead, but you add like a 4th or a 3rd round pick. I don't know, however far you go back. It just really depends. Because like if you told me we got Gray Zabel and an extra pick, I wouldn't mind that versus Tyler Booker. It's not a 1-to-1 comparison, but there's upside with Zabel as well. Okay, 96-88. Rockets are winning. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 4th. Hopefully the Rockets can close this game out. It's been pretty close. It's been a pretty competitive game. Rockets just really started kind of pulling away, if you want to call it that. Oh my gosh, Jalen Green almost turned the ball over. That's what I mean. When he gets to the 4th quarter, like, Green's got to stay consistent. Maybe still get just 3 picks first round. Trade up to 40s. And then one. George Foreman died? Hold on. Seriously? Oh, you're right, dude. Damn. George Foreman just passed away at 76. Wow. We got to pour one out. 2-time heavyweight champion. 2-time heavyweight champion. That's sad, man. Shout out Foreman. Shout out the grill. Throw something on the grill tonight. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, man. That's sad. Wow, that's breaking news for sure. George Foreman has passed away at age 76. Rest in peace, man. That's a legend. All right, 96-90. Lead is getting cut a little bit. Hopefully the Rockets can finish this game out. I'm a little behind. Okay, so I just saw an offensive foul on Mitchell. So I'm like a possession behind watching the game. Obviously I can see a possession ahead on the scoreboard. But it was a blocking foul on Brooks. Hero gets the ball and doesn't score. I can't believe George Foreman passed away. That's crazy. That is nuts. Where going to work gets the 2. Yeah. Gets the 2, and the Rockets are going to call a timeout. Can we extend the streak? That is the question. Can we extend the streak? Welcome, guys. If you're new to the stream or first time on the channel, talking about Houston sports, mainly the Texans. Going to start talking about the Rockets soon as well. If you got any comments on the Texans offseason, about the draft, about the Rockets, feel free to chat it up. Just kind of been watching the game and talking about Texans football, but feel free to switch the subject to the Rockets as well. Hopefully they finish this game out. And also George Foreman passed away, so rest in peace to George Foreman. That sucks. That's sad, man. See if there's any other football news. I've also got I'm about a possession behind on my computer watching the game, but the scoreboard's ahead. Scoreboard's live, so. Y'all see that Kevin Durant wants to go to Houston? I don't know. That might not have been legit, but I did see somewhere that KD's top spot's Houston next offseason. Not 100% sure, though. But, I mean, what would that be? That'd be like 3 players and 2 firsts for Kevin Durant. Is that too much? I don't know. I don't really know how these basketball trades work, but it'd be a pretty big trade. It'd be a pretty big trade. KD you'd probably send what? Shepherd, like Eason. I mean, surely you don't have to give up Green. Do you have to give up Jalen Green? I don't even know. Like a future first? I don't know. I don't know how these trades work. Şengün almost turns it over. And then oh my gosh, they kept it somehow. Shot clock ran out though, so it is a turnover. I don't want KD. He's soft. Yeah, I mean, with what you'd have to give up, are you really just KD away from contending? I I mean, you could argue you're contending right now, but are you really contending? I don't know. KD definitely elevates you, but I also see the appeal of keeping the young guys together. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think KD's funny, like off the court at least. I think he's. I just think he's a funny guy. I don't think he tries to be funny, but the clips of him that go viral are hilarious. Brooks misses a three. That would have been nice to put the game away ish. Yeah, so I'm like 20 seconds behind on the shot clock or on the game clock. So Easton hit the deck, no foul called. Corner three, he probably misses. Yeah, he misses. And rebound Rockets. Nobody can score right now. Time is going away. Time is going away. And timeout Rockets for a full timeout. Ime does not like what he's seeing. He doesn't like the sets. One thing I've noticed about Ime is he calls timeouts like at different times than the normal coaches. And I like it. Like if we're getting, a run put up on us and they've scored like 12 straight, I feel like most coaches would call a timeout. Sometimes he won't. He'll just be like, play through it, Like sometimes, and I'm not saying he does it all the time, but I've noticed that when I watch a lot of Rockets games and I go and watch a different game. Complete opposite of Steve Kerr. I mean, Steve Kerr, you score 9 straight on Steve Kerr, he's calling a timeout. But Ime, it's like he'll let it play out a bit. And like just now, when neither team can score, he's gonna call a timeout and get his offense set. So I like that about him. I mean, I'm at the point where I don't really question Ime. Don't really question what he does. Even in the slump where we lost like 5 of 6, or was it 6 of 7, some long slump. Didn't question that. Was fine with that. Not fine with it, but not gonna question him for that. All right. Someone just made a bucket, 190. Well, I've been lagging. I'm lagging so far behind. Okay, it was Thompson with the dunk. Nice. So you're looking at 8 points in about 2 minutes. 8 points in about 2 minutes. It's looking good. Looking good. Hopefully they can put this game away. Wiggins with a deep 2. Wiggins has cooled off. He's been pretty cool, I think. I want to say. I haven't really been watching as closely as I should be. Nice. Nice, Fred. 10 points in about 1:20. It's looking pretty good, as long as we don't choke. Nice. I'm at the point where Thompson just stole the ball and scored to make it 190. So I'm so far behind. Wiggins going to work on Green. Just throws it up. Oh my God, that went in. That's nuts. Was in the paint for like 4 seconds. All right, let's see what's about to happen. 102.95. It's looking pretty good. Just drain out the clock. Fred drives. Nice spin move. Oh my gosh. Fred VanVleet. Insane twist around layup. Wiggins goes again. Has to kick it out. Stolen by Fred. Nice. Letting the clock drain. I'm trying to figure out how I got to 102.95. Because this looks good right now. So Brooks missed the 3. Goes to Adebayo. Races down the court. And is that Wiggins? No, someone hit a 3. Got you. Rockets call timeout, I think. Yeah, looks like it. That was Mitchell. Yeah, timeout. Okay. Winnable. Very winnable. Just don't choke, and it's very winnable. Very winnable. Honestly, a good game from Thompson. I know he's been out for a while, so good game from Thompson. Good to get his feet back under him. He's been dealing with that ankle, I believe. They just pulled up a crazy graphic. I don't know if it's true, but like the last time the Rockets beat the Heat, apparently a long time ago. Apparently. All right, Jalen misses a shot. Bam gets the rebound. Only a 4-point game, but that looks like that'll be enough for the Rockets win. Let's see here. Kind of anticlimactic, but kind of. Why does that say 0.6? All right, yeah, end of the game, right? We're chilling. I'm delayed, so guess we'll find out. I'm delayed. I was surprised Texans brought in Chavon. I don't know how to say this dude's name, but yeah, the cornerback for a visit. They may still draft a cornerback in round 3. Yeah, I mean you could argue that the was that third string, I guess second string corner position could still be filled. Yeah, they might. I could see that happening. I could see D tackle happening as well. Late on, just because the D line class is so great. I could see that as well. So, good win from the Rockets, though. The streak extends to 9, I believe. It's a 9-win streak, I think. I don't see it on the screen, so I hope I'm not. Dang, Fred at 37. I didn't know Fred at 37. He went off. Good game from Fred. Good game from Fred. All right, guys. I think that's all I got for this stream. Appreciate everyone for checking in. We'll be doing more of these when I can. Just wanted to set it up, make sure it all works well, which it does look like it does. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching along with the game, as well as talking about the Texans and the Rockets. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really helps me out. Make sure to tune in for more content, and I will see you guys in the next stream/video. So thank you all so much for watching, man. Peace out.